When I first saw this kitchen in June of 2022, I already knew one day I was going to start the process of changing this kitchen. In the last episode, I shared my experience with the installation of my solar system. It did not go as planned, but there's more to come on that. In this episode, I'm tackling the heart of the house, the kitchen. I was never a fan of the dark cabinets for this space. It just made the space feel really heavy to me. And then there was the fridge situation. I couldn't even use the water or the ice maker because there was no water line close enough to the refrigerator. So I always had this idea in the back of my mind that when the time is right, I'm going to fix this. I needed the kitchen to be functional for me. And that time finally came. Now let's transform these cabinets. I picked the cabinet colors very intentionally. I chose Pure White by Sherwin Williams for the uppers and Tricorn Black, which is also by Sherwin Williams for the lowers. I wanted the entire kitchen to feel lighter, fresher, and more open.
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking heard what you said. I'll make you have some regrets. And no, I never forget. So now you have a few debts. That shit, it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear.
Then I chose the hardware color to complement it and seal the deal. And somewhere along the line, I decided, you know what? Let's add the backsplash too. One of the things I knew would make a big difference in this kitchen was the backsplash. My sister and I picked this out together, and the moment I saw this white tile, I knew it was the one. I decided to add a gold trim since I'd already decided on gold hardware for the cabinets, so this was going to tie everything together without it being loud, just clean, bright, and elegant. Originally, I only planned to do the walls on both sides of the kitchen. I did not plan to go behind the stove, and I definitely did not plan to tile the wall that leads into the kitchen extension, since it was supposed to have been removed. Yo, yo, yeah, yo, yo, I'm ready. Yeah, yo, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yo. Clouds above heavy and gray. The world keeps turning, come what may. I saw a spark in the pouring rain, a light so pure it broke the fight, a glow that chased the darkest night. I tell smile, I tell style, breaking trouble mile by mile. I tell smile, I tell style, cutting through the world's denial. I tell smile, I tell style, breaking trouble mile by mile. I tell smile, I tell style, cutting through the world's denial. Oh yo yo yo. I tell smile, I tell style, breaking trouble mile by mile. I tell smile, I tell style, cutting through the... So yes, I ran out of tile and I had to go back and buy another box. And let me tell you something. The backsplash did more for this kitchen than I even expected. It completely lifted the room, it brightened the entire space, and it made the cabinets look 10 times better than they already did. This was a point where the kitchen stopped looking like just a project and it started giving exactly what it was supposed to. For anybody that's thinking about repainting your cabinets, if you are not planning on cleaning, painting, or replacing your cabinet hardware, please keep each set of hardware inside the cabinet that it came from. I decided to clean and repaint all of mine, which meant knob and pull and latches had to be figured out and repositioned after. And trust me, that part takes time. So be prepared to invest a little patience putting everything back where it belongs if you decide to go that route. Making adjustments to these cabinets can be daunting, but I would not have changed anything. Now, this part. This was also a long time coming. Over the past year, once the new laundry room was up and running, I knew this old space had a lot of potential. I always knew this was where I wanted the fridge to be moved to, that way I could have access to a water line. With the old windows finally closed in, this space was ready to claim its identity. Originally, I thought about knocking out a portion of the wall to open it up and make the spaces feel more connected. But after talking it through, the mason actually suggested I leave the wall intact. And honestly, that turned out to be the best decision. Relocating the fridge proved to be more than what we anticipated. We knew we would possibly need to take the door handles off, but even that proved to be a bit of work. Then, once we got all the doors off, it still would not fit through the doorway to the kitchen extension. We did have to use some muscles and a bit of patience to remove the piece of door jamb in order to get the fridge through the door. Reliving this moment still gives me the feels. Then it was on to putting it back together and cleaning it all out. To complete the overall look and feel of the kitchen extension, I decided to move the water heater to the storage room. This would free up the wall space for us to move the fridge and also install the water line at the same time. Basically, killing two birds with one stone kind of thing. Uncle Dean came through and made it all happen. I did have to order the fittings for the water line, but what's a few more weeks of waiting compared to the almost 4 years? I really did not mind the wait. And now the fridge sits in a place where it has easier access to a water line, the ice maker and the water works, and the space still feels like it's a part of the kitchen. It's functional. I just love it. First batch of ice, and it is going into the sink. It says you have to dump, I think, the first couple of batches before you actually start using the ice maker. So in the trash, in the sink it goes. This little space right here, I always knew it was going to be something special. When this was the old laundry room, I didn't quite know what it would be yet, but I knew it had potential. And you know what's funny? At one point, I was seriously considering knocking this wall down to open everything. But the masons suggest that I leave it, and now I'm so happy I listened because this wall ended up being the perfect place to add a shelf. And if you've ever had a kitchen with limited counter space, you know every flat surface matters. This one decision gave me storage, function, and a place to add a little personality. I always wanted a coffee bar at my home. One of those little cozy corners where you come in the morning, grab your mug, and just exist for a moment before you start your day. And now, this is that spot. Cups are up here, a little decor here, my coffee things within reach. It's simple, but it makes the kitchen feel lived in, warm, and intentional. And with the fridge now in this space too, close to the water line for the ice maker, this whole extension finally makes sense. It feels connected to the kitchen without needing to break down the wall to do it. I've lived here for a long time, just passing through this room. Now I actually use it, and that feels really good. Between the backsplash, the hardware, the cabinet colors, and now this coffee bar, this kitchen is slowly becoming one of my favorite spaces in the house. With the reconfiguration of my fridge location, this space naturally became my coffee bar. I'm still playing around with where everything goes, but I'm really happy with how it's coming along. This space is still evolving, but it's already making more sense than it did before. In the next episode, I'm going to wrap up the conversation around the solar installation situation. And I'm also going to share what I've learned about how to modify your dryer if you are having similar issues to what I faced here in Jamaica. Because this is all a learning curve, not just for me, but I'm sure for some of you as well. This house is still in progress, and so is this season. We're rebuilding intentionally, one layer at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share it with someone who needs to see this, and subscribe if you haven't already. There's so much more to come. Thank you to all my new subscribers and first time viewers to my channel. Please keep the comments and advice coming. Please also consider becoming a member and sharing my videos with anyone you believe they may help. And if you happen to see that little hype button after you've liked the video, definitely click on that so that you can help push this video out to others who may not be seeing it. Thank y'all. Until next time, I will see you in the next episode.